Hi, my name's Damian McGillicuddy. I've been a professional photographer now for over 30 years, and I think it's reasonable to say in that time I've carved out a small reputation for myself as being able to throw light around. I know that that puts me in the privileged position of getting commissions like this, and this is quite an open commission. Hähnel Industries would like me to take their Modus 600 RT lithium ion powered flash and produce some advertising pictures for them, some real wow shots that they can be proud of. Now hopefully that's something we deliver all the time, but normally we would deliver it with a truckload of equipment, and the challenge for me and my team at the moment is to produce this picture, or this set of pictures hopefully, for Hähnel with minimal lighting kit. Everything has to be used, everything that is being used is a speed light. The further challenge they've given us is they've only given us 4 Modus units. Now I'm working out what I'm going to shoot, and I'd like 8 speed lights on this. Unfortunately we don't have 8 Modus units, but what we do have is the companion that goes with the Modus, the Viper trigger receiver system, and that allows me to integrate into the system third-party speed lights or other manufacturer speed lights, so we can expand the number of usable heads that we've got. I'd like you to come and watch us shoot. We'll explain what we'll do and we'll show how we're doing it, and then hopefully at the end I will give you my honest opinion on what I think about the units. This is going to be quite exciting for me because it's a big challenge to produce a big picture in, frankly, a location that has no electricity sockets, so there's no way we can cheat. We're going to have to work this through and produce the images with the Modus equipment and the other speed lights that the Modus equipment allows us to integrate within the system. So join us and let's see how we get on. So, like all the best movies, we've chosen to accept the mission from Hähnel Industries to test the power, performance, reliability and ease of use of the Modus 600 RT. We've come all the way to Woolton Hall in Liverpool, England, to shoot our wow pictures. Not only is it a cool and interesting location, the building was once very, very grand, and she's seen better years, which makes for a fantastic location for us. But the curveball we've been thrown is, although there's interior lighting, there are no working electric sockets. So even if we wanted to cheat, we can't. The whole of this shoot has to be completed on the Hähnel Industries Modus speedlight. Normally, for an advertising commission of this scale, we'd be packing tons and tons of kit. Hähnel assure us that the Modus will be more than up to the job. I'm excited to find out. Why don't you come on the journey with us? Let's go inside and see what we can shoot. So this is going to be our complex multi-light setup. I need power and I need performance because the key light is going to have to work quite hard. What I'll do is I'll go through each light individually, but this is actually going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 light trick. 8 speed lights working in harmony. 4 of them are the Modus, 4 of them are third-party brands, and a mixture of brands, so we can see that they work harmoniously together. What I think I'll do while Lily is finishing making up our subjects is I'll go through and I'll talk about the role of each individual light within the picture, and then you can see how the image is going to be built up and how it's going to work. Right, so let's talk about the individual components of the lighting setup. The first thing, and arguably the most important thing, is the key light. And what we've got set up are 2 Modus 600 RTs that are acting in tandem as the key. I've got them shooting through a massive 6 foot by 4 foot scrim, a diffusion screen, a sail, call it what you want to. But the bottom line is the lights are being diffused through that modifier. Now it takes an incredible amount of power to be able to do this over the distance that we're shooting. Normally we would have a multi-watt unit light plugged into the mains to take on this challenge. Now I'm confident that the lithium-ion powered Modus will be able to do this and take this position as key light and do it justice, because this is the most important light within the setup, because it creates the shape and the form and the overall tone for the picture. Now the lithium-ion batteries are giving us a refresh rate even at full power of just a second, and that's equivalent to a mid-range mains powered studio system. So it sounds like an awful great boast, but we've proven that the lights are up to the job, and this is why I'm quite happily selecting these units to be the key light. Important job that the Modus has managed to complete in spades. Let's talk about light number 2 in our Lego brick collection of speed lights. I've chosen another Modus for this role because this light needs to be able to keep up with our 2 Moduses as key light. So it needs the power that the lithium ion is developing. We've given it a CTB, a colour temperature blue gel, again as another test, because gelling a light kills its usable power. So this is a good way of showing us that the power and performance is everything it's claimed and stated to be. And I'm using this light in a dual role because it's offering a little bit of fill to control the density of the shadow. I'm bouncing it about 20 foot up into the ceiling and off the ceiling so the light falls down and colours the shadow within the picture. So we'll see in the finished image that in the shadow and the creases of the dresses we'll have a lovely blue colour. But I'm asking a lot for a speed light to be able to produce this, not just over the distance that it's shooting, but in the fact that we've gelled the lights as well. But again, as I said with the key, I am more than confident that the Modus will be up to the task. Right, so as we move further back into the picture, we have a pair of speed lights set up. This side is a Modus, the opposite side is a third party, and it's the Viper that is enabling us to use other speed lights in the same creative mix. These lights are being used as accents, as a little bit of an effect. We've given them a CTO, a colour temperature orange gel, so they just contrast what the accent and the fill was doing. They contrast the blue with the warmth, so we've got cold at the front, warmth at the side. But again, the interesting fact is we're using non-branded speed lights in conjunction with the Modus to tell the trick. So these lights are just to the side of the subject, slightly further back, aim to glance across them and add just a little bit of depth and a little bit of dimension to the picture. The exciting thing about shooting with speed lights is the ability to place them in non-conventional positions. These 2 lights, this one there and its twin across the other side of the tables, well, I say twin, but it's not a twin at all because they're both different brands, both different models, being made to work within the system because of the Hähnel Industries Viper receiver. The point is though, I can light from locations that normally would be tricky with mains powered flash. Both of these units have CTBs, colour temperature blue gels, to add a wash of light back up towards the subjects and create a little bit of depth and a little bit of dimension. Now, the wonderful thing is the ability to create what I have in my mind for the picture without the restrictions of power cables or large units. The beauty of a speed light is it's small enough with the right compositional tweaks to hide it behind elements of the picture or indeed the subjects themselves. So we've got 2 CTB gels giving a wash of blue light up and around the subjects in the picture. So here we are with our 8th and final light in our Lego brick system of lighting. And what we're doing here is we've got another third-party independent speed light being utilised fully in the creative process thanks to the Hähnel Industries Viper receiver. That's allowing us to use not just Hähnel's own Modus speed lights, but a plethora of third-party and main manufacturer speed lights, all harmoniously together. This light has basically a projection gobo system on the front. A gobo is simply a pattern cut into a piece of metal, and we're projecting it up into the ceiling to add a bit of colour, a bit of texture and a bit of shape. Pure effects, maybe pure overkill, but the fact that we can use it and we can have so many lights in such a logistically friendly, transportable way means that we can go that extra mile and create something that maybe we'd stop short of doing if we were having to find sockets and lug round big pieces of equipment. Now, I'm sure you'll agree with me that once all 8 lights are working harmoniously together on the shoot, what's being produced is, as Hähnel requested, a wow picture. And that's it. It's a wrap. It's a done deal. Just before we do the sad bit and we tidy up and break down from today, I thought it'd be worth just summarising a few key points that have formulated for me as we've gone through the day. I knew that the portability of using speed lights would be something that would be fantastic, because we can place lights where other more cumbersome systems and plug into the wall systems just simply couldn't go. So that's a major tick on the creativity point. The connectivity increases the creativity, because I can use pretty much any old speed light that I've got in my kit bag via the Viper receiver to be able to augment the number of light units that I've used. The real surprise for me, though, has been the refresh rate and the performance that the lithium-ion battery has brought to the party, because many points during today's shooting have I forgotten that I'm using speed lights. Now, these units are good for about 600 full power flashes before they need to be recharged, and that's quite incredible. But that power usage is quite simply stunning. It's, as I've said, akin to entry or medium level plug into the wall traditional studio strobes. So maybe if you're looking to invest in your creativity and in your photography, maybe the Hähnel Industries Modus and Viper system is the perfect system for you, simply because it's almost a Swiss Army knife of lighting opportunities. It will do TTL, it will do stroboscopic, it will be manual off-camera speed lights, and it performs like entry and mid-level studio strobes. Maybe it is the lighting system for all seasons. I hope you've enjoyed watching us shoot as much as we've enjoyed the creativity in the shooting with the Hähnel Industries system. If you get the chance to try it, my recommendation would be absolutely. And let's hope that we can raise the creativity of your photography through the power and performance of the Hähnel Industries system, and we can turn you into a picture maker and not just a picture taker. So here we are, shoot's over and we're back in the studio and we're analysing what it is that we've done during the commission. Now, we were asked to look at several features of the equipment. Portability, let's be honest, the speed lights. So we knew that it would be much more of a refreshing work environment to walk in with less kit, and we'd be able to place them in positions that we wouldn't with more cumbersome lighting equipment or equipment that needed electrical outlets. Build quality, We found no problem whatsoever with the way the units are made. They're very tactile, nice to use, and everything on that side is a big tick. The big surprise for me was performance. Now, the lithium ion batteries deliver something that I've never seen in any other speedlight. Very quickly I forgot I was actually using speedlights, because the power delivery and the performance is akin to an entry or mid-level plug into the wall studio strobe type of arrangement. A full power flash from the Modus refreshes within a second, and you'll get 600 of those from one charge. Now, from my point of view, we weren't using full power, so the power delivery was almost instantaneous, and as I said, it reminded me, or I forgot we were using speedlights, because it was akin to using more robust studio powered equipment. And then the next surprise was the connectivity, and I was a bit dismayed when we only had Foto Modus 600 RTs, because I knew that I'd need 6 or 8 speedlights to create the sort of image that I wanted to. But thanks to the Viper trigger and receiver system, we were able to utilise existing third-party and other manufacturer speedlights into the mix, and that allowed us to use what we had with what we'd been given to create a far more interesting picture than we would have been able to with just 4 speedlights alone. So that connectivity thing is fantastic, and the fact that hähnel are committed to increasing units that are already out there to work with their system by a very simple drag and drop firmware upgrade is a big thumbs up. It means more creativity, more usability as the system grows. Now, for me, the thing that surprised me most was the revelation that if you're sat on the fence sort of thinking, do I go down the manual off-camera flash or the TTL off-camera flash route to supplement my skills and create more pictures, or do I invest in something that plugs into the wall? The Modus system with the Viper sits bang in the middle. It enables you to have the best of both worlds, and maybe that's something you should consider before you make your purchase decision. You've got the portability and versatility of speedlights, be it manual or be it TTL, and you've got the power and the performance delivery of mains powered studio strobe. So from my point of view, it's maybe lights for all seasons, and something that you should take a look at and you should consider before making any purchase decision. So I've had a blast shooting these pictures, and I hope you've enjoyed watching my team and I create the imagery, and you've enjoyed the little bit of education behind it. So all that remains is me to thank hähnel for asking us to test this equipment for them and produce the advertising pictures, and most importantly to thank you for taking the time to follow us on our journey and watch what we were up to. Thanks for now, hope to see you again soon.